Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Falani. Hope you had a great weekend. Okay, the week has begun in earnest, and here we are on the 13th, so we have less than 4 weeks to go to the Anambra Governorship Election, which is scheduled for November 8th. And our guest is Chief Jude Ezenwafor. Chief Ezenwafor is the PDP Governorship Candidate in Anambra State. A fine morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Okay, thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you.
How well prepared are you? Or perhaps one should say, since you are a candidate, and I know you will be bringing a microscope to every particular detail, how well prepared would you say that we are, INEC and everybody, is for the November 11 governorship election coming up?
Very well prepared. Very well prepared right now. Even if you want to do this election tomorrow, we are good to go.
Okay, that's on your side. That's what you are saying. But how about the INEC? Are you also satisfied with all the arrangements, all the preparations that you are privy to, that nobody can complain about anything in this forthcoming election?
My searchlights are on INEC because this is a very important election. And this will be a true test of our new INEC chairman. My searchlight and our searchlights are on INEC. But for the meantime, they are doing well. Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm just curious in this conversation. Could you please tell me how you feel in terms of possibility of winning the election? We have heard it said that Anambra is an APGA state. Nothing else can happen if it is not sponsored by APGA. You would have heard this yourself. For people who live a bit far away and might not have a first-hand experience, what do you think of that sentiment that, look, NAPGA ain't get Anambra now?
Well, I wouldn't take that APGA is an APGA state. Because we made the governors be. All these, can you imagine that all these people contesting this election now, all my fellow contestants, they were all in PDP. Anambra is a PDP state. Even the serving governor now have contested for governorship under PDP. So with some other contestants. So the issue is that the kingmakers, the group that organize for election and do elections are now in disarray. And the better chunk of them are with me in PDP. We are all back to PDP.
I see.
So Anambra is not APGA state anymore. Because this will be the last administration of APGA.
Okay. Well, I can imagine that is spoken in an electoral sense. Of course, I can't imagine that you would have a different kind of a concept, seeing as you're not in this for jokes. You're in there to win. But then that's what everybody says, that we're here to win. So it depends on who you ask. That's how you get. But I'm speaking with you. I'm speaking with Chief Jude Ezenwafor. And this is his perspective that, look, we're all back. The former, house that was in a bit of a disarray, you're saying that everything is now a lot better and that you're all together in one place. Okay, that's good to know. So what can the good people of Anambra, what can they actually be expecting? I'm asking this against the background of, when we heard from the ruling party, of course, they are saying that knowledge, they have the knowledge, they have, how to run things and all of that. So let me just ask you, what would you be bringing to the people of Anambra State if indeed at the polls the electorate say that Chief Jude, Ezenwafor, is indeed our man? What can they expect?
Yes, I'm coming in with what is lacking in this administration.
Good.
I'm coming in with the basic thing we need in Anambra State, and that is security. I'm coming in to rejuvenate the social life in Anambra State, to bring back the company. There's no foreign company in Anambra State again. To bring back social life, bring back economic and the social amenities in Anambra State. Because, you see, it's only a secured state that can attract investments and attract social lives. So I'm coming in with security, and most importantly, what is happening to our people all over is going to be a thing of the past, because I'm bringing back a seaport in Anambra State. I'm bringing in seaport. I have the political will.
Okay. So that is something on your mind that because well, it's a different thing. But the other day, over in the southwest here, Ogun State, actually flagged off its own airport. And so, if you are thinking of the seaport over there, is it a realistic proposal? Because oftentimes we have these good ideas, but there is never enough money. So what would you be saying to those who were to say that, but where is the money for this going to come from, considering that there are so many things that are competing for scarce resources?
You see, on such bold projects, like when we wanted to do the airport under my former boss, Governor Willie Obiano, there was not enough fund. But you see, we have airport and everybody's enjoying it now. We have plans to bring in investors that can help us dredge that River Niger for a proper seaport.
Okay.
You know why our people? Because our people are mostly importers and businessmen. They bring in most of them. We want to decentralize the seaports, Nigeria seaports. Bring in one to the south, and that will be at Onitsha River Niger, where we have a makeshift seaport before. I don't see the reason why we should not have seaport. I will follow it to the last. That will be one of the requests I will make to the government, to the federal government, to allow us to have our seaports, because it's paramount to our kind of businesses and our kind of persons to bring in what we want, coupled with security in Anambra State.
Okay.
You cannot imagine what it will come out from.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, to return to this point of security, because it does seem to me that among other very important things to you, security, of course, everybody can see why. Because without peace, tranquility, how can anything work? So, there are two types of insecurity in that place, by which I mean, on the one hand, there will be the Eastern Security Network kind of affair, and then, of course, there will be the one of bandits and that kind of a thing, bandits and all these kind of a people. So would one size fit all by way of what you are thinking needs to be brought to the situation, or are there going to be different approaches for these different kinds of security challenges?
Okay, like I mentioned before, I do say before, I've been the senior special assistant to the past governor on political matters and security. And it was on our time that Anambra was adjudged one of the most safest states in Nigeria, where even the security personnel are coming to learn from us what we did that made the Anambra this safe. So owing to that, I have the strategies. I have the strategies to make Anambra safe again.
Okay.
We have strategies ranging from amnesty, giving amnesty to the guys that are in the bush. And most importantly, liaising with our federal government on the release of our brother, Anambra Governorship, which I kept on begging. So that we've sought, our security, just like you said, that we have the one that is being caused by insurgents and the one that is being caused by
straightforward criminals, bandits and robbers and kidnappers and all of that.
Separatists.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I get you.
Yes.
Oh, you meant separatists. Okay.
Yes. So it is having the willpower and not lying to ourselves to engage the federal government. And the way you do this, because that one is an issue of Southeast, we engage all other governors and the stakeholders to talk and stand for. Since people that have done worse than what he was alleged to have done has been released and granted amnesty, we will plead that our brother should be granted amnesty so that our insecurity will reduce drastically. That one apart, you see, they say that a chunk of our people, a greater percentage of our youth are unemployed. And they say that an idle man is a devil's workshop. And when you see a youth, you don't have anything you are doing, you don't earn salary, the next thing is to think of what to do, a bank or a bad gang to follow, or where to steal. All those things are what we are going to tackle. I've already started tackling it with my Anambra PDP Millionaires Club, which we are putting in all the 326 wards. We are concluding over 100 people that have 10 voters with the voters card, which will give us 1,100 votes in each ward. We mobilize these people, train the people you will train, and empower them. Recently, I've just applied for 150 Anambra youths to be employed at the Dangote refinery, which will give us 150 on the double. If you are coming in as a driver, most of the drivers in Dangote, they receive salary above most of the civil servants here. Their salaries are above 350,000 a month to 500,000 a month. And they promote accordingly. And they give incentives to people that also have gone accident-free and all those kind of insurances. So this is, and I find it amazing.
Are you saying that you applied corporately, applied on the behalf of people you don't even know yet? It's just a number. You want a commitment from Dangote refineries. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We'll get will get such opportunities, I'll put in my men, I'll put in my youth. If you get such opportunities, because I'm aiming and creating not less than 10,000 jobs, at least in my first tenure as a governor of Anambra State.
Okay, okay.
So the youths, when you engage them, they are busy. They are not dormant. They are not idle. You see, after work in the evening, they will go to a canteen or a place where they will enjoy. The money will keep on rolling and the social life will be rejuvenated. And giving security to the companies coming in, foreign companies, production companies coming into Anambra State, which have almost folded up all the companies. Giving security to them will bring them back. And when you give them guarantee and all the necessary insurance and security this thing for them to grow, they will come in numbers, and Anambra will start growing again.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Now, something else I have made up my mind to ask you. That is to say, what are you bringing to the job? By which I mean, technocrats bring what they have to the job. Politicians bring what they have to the job. In this kind of a case, for those that don't know you well, is it going to be very easy for people to say that, look, we need people of experience here? So what is the experience of Chief Ezenwafor, for instance, to think he can face me in this election? Well, how would you respond to that?
Okay. Okay. If you, it will be quite. Well, you can say that, but Chief Jude Ezenwafor was the first PDP youth leader in Anambra State.
Okay.
I'm from the street. I'm a street general.
Oh, okay.
It will be funny to say there's no PDP or Anambra active youth that does not know me. There's no politician in Anambra State that does not know me.
Okay.
I've been in the corridors of power, from the state youth leader to the special assistant to the governor on youth and mobilization, and then special assistant to Governor Chris Ngige on security. From there to state chairman of the party, of Labour Party. We brought Labour Party and Anambra State and made the House members. From there, I became from Labour Party, I tried contesting in 2009 before I gave to Senator Anduba the ticket. And after 2009, I was still state chairman of the Labour Party in the state, and the chairman of all the political parties, CMPP, you know, which also, I was also the special advisor.
The Coalition of National Political Parties.
I was also the advisor to P2OB, Governor P2OB.
Okay.
You know, a few months before I became the chairman. That's true.
Okay.
So after that, I went for a diplomatic mission. I was a consul on trade and investment for SVG, that's the Vincent and Green Agin. I formed the CARICOM Community Business Roundtable in Abuja here. And with the experience I have in the business industry and real estate, I exported a lot to the world for Nigeria through the Caribbean, South American Caribbeans. So apart from that, after that, I went back to be a senior special assistant to Governor Willie Obiano because I must participate in the election process there was senior special assistant to Governor Willie Obiano on the first term on political matters and strategy. And the first time, second time, senior special assistant political matters, strategy and security, which gave us #1 state in security in Nigeria.
Well, thank you very much.
After Willie Obiano, I came back to my real estate business and political consultancy. You know, so with this enough, I will tell you that I am at the root of the grass.
Okay.
I know my people.
You're not just grassroots. At the very root of the grass. I like that. Tell you what, Chief. Let's.
I know my people, and I know what my people want.
Okay. Mr. George in Ikeja, thank you for holding on. Please go ahead now. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. And good morning to your guest. Uncle Yori, your guest is aspiring to become the governor of Anambra State. And he said some things that caught my attention. One of them is that he is going to pursue the release of Nnamdi Kanu because what he has done, other people who have done worse have been pardoned. So it's separatism, and with a military arm that has killed over 1,000 people in the East. He's not criminal. He doesn't see anything wrong in that. An average Igbo elite. That's my observation about them. They do not seem to see the evil behind what Nnamdi Kanu has been doing. His lieutenant, who was doing the same in Finland, has just been jailed with the same evidence with which Nnamdi Kanu is being tried in Nigeria. He has been jailed in Finland. Why didn't they tell the Finnish government that they have done nothing wrong? Separatism is not a crime.
Okay.
I am taken aback. If you have a child.
All right then. Well, we heard enough for Chief Jude Ezenwafor, PDP Governorship Candidate in Anambra State, to be able to comment upon. What would be your comment upon, the submission of that viewer? Hello, Chief Ezenwafor.
Yes.
I said.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you heard him. Do you have any comment?
Yes. When he said, I will plead for the amnesty of the separatists, and that he has killed so that, I don't buy that, because in as much as I won't talk on something, a case that is already in court, but those things he's saying is just an assumption. And I will keep it at that.
Okay.
Well, all I will continue saying is that I will plead that whatever it is, as a governor, I will go and I will guarantee his safe passage, his safe release.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I can understand, and you probably don't want to say much more about that at this point in time. It's understandable, not least for the fact that you raised, which is that it's a matter in court. So, we better leave those areas alone. Okay, at least when you made your presentation, these are the things that went through some people's minds. So it's just as well that you've had the opportunity to air it. Now, let me look at, in terms of your aspiration, you would want to be the governor. Infrastructure, how challenging do you estimate that it is, and what can you bring to bear? I imagine you can't do very much about the erosion that plagues parts of Anambra, but talk to me about your plans for infrastructure.
Not only infrastructure, solid and standard infrastructure. solid and well-planned standard infrastructure. Because what we find out that in the present administration is that we are doing road from one end. Before you get to the other end, the rain has come and eroded the whole place. I don't understand what is the standard they are using. In as much as the fund is exorbitant. And I wouldn't want to go there too, but I have my facts, and but pray that it stops. We need a very well-planned development plan, you know, with a standard and solid infrastructural development. You see, most of the canals and drainages has been built upon, and you know, everything is scattered. That's why almost a kindred is going to be wiped out if there is any rain again.
Okay.
And the whole village has been moved in my own state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A state that has a river Niger. What is wrong from doing a proper canal that will end to the Niger? Well, whenever we come into the government, we're going to sit down and replan it. Replan Anambra State so that such emergencies will not be coming out. The only ones you can see is what we call natural disaster, which is permittable. We can call it force majeure. But I have planned for solid and standard infrastructure, rapid development. Okay,
so we have barely a couple of minutes left. Let me just get your idea on well, two things. I wish I had the time. You know, maybe you can see what you can wrap up in just about 2 minutes between health, agriculture. Did you hear me, Chief? Give us your thoughts on what to do to upgrade education, health, and agriculture. I just put in education, health, and agriculture. Is it possible to give us, you know, just touch on those areas as to what the Anambra people are going to benefit from, you know, an Ezenwafor victory?
Yes, agriculture is paramount in my manifesto, because I can remember during the COVID, agriculture is one of the things that sustained us throughout that made Anambra State not to go down with some other states. We are indeed we have the good arable lands and a chunk of farmers which we're supposed to encourage and subsidize, provide subsidized agricultural products to boost agriculture. We also bring in mechanized farming and, like I said before, create farming, create farm market, like fish market, where if you are doing fish farming, every evening somebody can come and say there's fish farming, and then vegetable and fruit markets. You know, create it all in all the local governments and fund their sustainability. You know, agriculture, I have plans to move to a permanent, to a standard in my state, because it's very paramount.
Okay.
And you know.
Well, I tell you what, Chief, I did say that we had very little time left, and perhaps I gave you too tall a task. I put those giant subjects into something like 2 minutes. I understand that you weren't able to touch on it, but agriculture, as you have said, is tremendously important. You've also spoken to us on other aspects of what Anambrarians can expect from an Ezenwafor victory in the November 8th Anambra Governorship Election. So let me just thank you very much and wish you all the best as you go and meet with the electorate come November 8th. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So do please stay with us. We'll be right back. We'll look at another aspect. In fact, the new INEC chair